Are the mics on? Are mics live?
Sorry about that. It is now going to begin.
All right. Welcome to Final Fantasy 1. You were previously asking when the mics weren't working what the donation incentives were.
Yeah.
There was a marathon donation incentive total that if we reach $1,500, today's run will feature the defeat of Shinryu and Omega, which means venturing twice into Lifespring Grotto. That donation incentive has been met. So add 1 hour to the estimate on this bad boy. Oof.
It's okay, we'll get it from Sentinels.
Okay, and then there was also a separate donation incentive of $500 to erase all of those nasty random encounters, which I do not believe was met. And
then, of course, the naming
and
and
then there
choosing
were
of characters.
Yep, there were the naming and choosing characters. However, people decided to give me the 80% route, so we will not have any issues with character choice today. Was not met. Okay. So on couch today is Fricassee. Hello.
Yep.
And Spike.
Hi.
Hello. And are we ready? I believe we are ready. So we're going to be counting down. We're going to be going on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get wrecked.
All right, very good.
So I'm just going to buy this random hammer. It doesn't really do anything for me. Oh, wait, where's all these Knight's Armors coming from? I have no idea what's going on here. And I can't menu. What that is called the equipment glitch. It is exclusive to this PSP version. Oh, I was not supposed to buy one. But what happens there is, because of good programming, you can actually swap from one character to another and pull up the equipment from one character to another. And if you do it from weapon to armor, it actually transforms the equipment into its corresponding ID number. So the hammer will always turn into the Knight's Armor. Knight's Armor will always turn into a hammer. This gets abused several times throughout this run. And for those watching on stream, or in the stream room, do not be alarmed by the size of this. This is actually normal. I'm quite used to this for running this for several years.
Yeah, the PSP video output is not very agreeable in any terms of putting it on TV screen or capture. It's a nightmare.
There are ways to deal with it, but it involves actually resizing the size of your TV screen, which I don't care to deal with. Because anything standard def is looking just fine, so I can deal with the letterbox.
And that's not just for Final Fantasy, it's any PSP game.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
So because of this equipment glitch, we're not going to really have to worry about
Anything.
level grinding pretty much at all, at least in the first part of the run. I'm not sure if you're going to have to do any level grinding for these secret bosses.
Oh, I will. That will actually change the route a little bit, so my white mage will be leveling up to level 33 instead of level 18, and my thief will get up to about level 26, 27. My fighter and black mage will be as they are normally.
So the equipment glitch is, of course, the big difference between PSP and the other runs, and it's the reason why the PSP run is about an hour and a half world record time.
Yep.
Whereas, you know, if you start looking at like GBA, it's like 2.5, 3 hours. And on Nintendo, it's even longer.
So Garland wants to knock us all down. He didn't get very far. Sorry, Garland. White mage hype.
Chad pulling it out.
Chad with the victory.
Raw ham on him.
Shout outs to Chad, the barista who hooked us up this morning.
All right, while we deal with a cutscene, I am going to properly attire myself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the setup.
Nothing wrong at all.
Now, question about this, about the PSP port.
Yes.
Did they fix any of the stuff that's busted in the original?
Several things, actually. The noted intelligence bug that was present in the NES and Origins versions for PlayStation have been fixed. So your mages will actually get stronger over time. They will do more damage. The ability to run from the NES version was fixed in the PlayStation version. Temper, the spell Temper and Saber work properly. The spell Lock, which I forget what they retranslated it to, that works properly. Blind, I want to say, is fixed, but it's still relatively useless. However, the critical hit bug is present in all versions, for reasons we never know. The critical hit bug is actually, the critical hit rate is supposed to be a hard-coded percent based on the weapon. Instead, it's actually based on the index number of your weapons. So the stronger your weapons get, you know, because they're later game weapons, the higher critical hit rate they are. So the Masamune, for example, has like a 60% or like a 50% critical hit rate. It's supposed to be 5.
Oops.
Yep. Oops.
So they kept the stuff that was in your favor.
Yep.
And fixed a lot of the problems with the game.
Yep.
I noticed you mentioned that the thief is core to this run, whereas in the original game, the thief is just hot garbage.
The hottest of hot garbage. Thief is my main damage dealer in this category. The thief gains agility the fastest, which translates into your weapon accuracy, which gives you more physical hits. And with a big equipment glitch coming up in about 20 minutes, he is just going to become the most OP character, the most broken character you will ever see. In the meantime, though, we have to get to Provoca. And Leo, if you're watching in chat, we don't have chat up, so I can't see. But Leo, if you're watching, don't worry. I will fulfill your wish. I don't know if Leo's watching in chat. I tried to give this a shout out to the FF1 Speedrunners Discord. I did remind them about 4 times, so we'll see if they're here.
Did you let them know that we're way ahead of schedule?
No.
Yeah, we're way ahead of schedule.
RIP.
So much ahead of that Discord if anybody's in it.
Oh, by the way, this Judgment Staff casts Flare. That's the level 8 Black Mage spell Flare.
Be good.
They're all dead.
And what item did we manipulate to get the Judgment Staff?
That was the leather cap, which we found in the first dungeon of the game.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, very good. The Judgment Staff, the Flare spell, actually has an 8-second cast time, so I'm not going to be using it that much. Alright, as long as we're here. We're just going to buy some ethers. We'll buy some more later, but we're covered on ethers for now.
So the PSP version uses magic points instead of the
Yes.
spell levels?
Yes, that is actually something they changed in Dawn of Souls. Oh. I swear I know how to 15-tile puzzle. There's an item I'm trying to get which has been routed out of the actual category. Oh. Because this is entirely RNG, which is the entire theme of this game. This whole game is RNG. Yeah, I'm definitely rusty at 15-tile puzzle. And I didn't get my item. I'm looking for an item called the Emergency Exit. It is the spell Exit as a consumable item, which is incredibly useful in the Earth Cave. But there's 6 items to get in that pool, and it's a 1 out of 6 chance. I didn't get the item I wanted.
So now that we have the ship, we're going down to Elfland.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out, well, we're not going to find it out because this is a speedrun and we don't need to investigate those things.
Nope.
But we're going to find out that eventually that the prince is asleep and we need to wake him up. And in order to do that, we have to go through a series of fetch quests.
Fetch quest the game. That's a good way to summarize this this entire sequence.
So the first item that we're going to be going after is the crown in the Marsh Cave, which in any other version of this game is pretty bad.
Yep. Normally what you're supposed to do, the game wants you to go to the Western Keep, which is where our boss is, and the king there will be like, oh, Astos betrayed us and stole the crown and hid it in this evil, this damp, evil cave. Please go get it for me. So we're going to go do that, and I may have just unplugged the mic. Okay, we're good. And when we do find the crown, it's going to be guarded by a very strong set of monsters.
So, how many enemies on the tile grid have to be where you can't escape?
It's actually not based on numbers. It is based on the encounter. There are specific enemies or specific encounters which you cannot run from. I have one of them coming up in this dungeon, the Marsh Cave. Our friendly Pisco Demons.
Oh, yes.
Totally not a Dungeons & Dragons reference, by the way. Nothing in here is from Dungeons & Dragons.
Everything is from Dungeons & Dragons.
Everything is from Dungeons & Dragons. However, for copyright reasons, there's a monster I'll be fighting later. They actually had to change the graphical setup of that particular monster, because the evil eye that is in the ice cave is actually a beholder in the original vanilla game.
But he's definitely only got one eye now.
Yep,
so
only
it's
one eye.
Different.
Yep,
Totally
totally different.
So yeah, the issue is that, like a lot of the Final Fantasy games, I think this is a common problem. Is this is a semi-staged fight that we're going to be running up against these Pisco Demons, and what that means is that anytime we run into any of the possible combinations of Pisco Demons in any other cave, it's an unrunnable fight. So even if it's not just this trigger tile,
It's anywhere. It's anywhere you see them.
And this is normally a pretty brutal fight.
Normally, we're not concerned about such things, though. I'm just gonna go charging right in.
Turns out Knight's Armor plus Judgment Staff is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. They can still crit you, though, and critical hits, just like in all the original versions of the game, ignore your defense entirely. And in this case, it would be a wipe. So here's our crown. We're now going to get out.
Does that make us princes now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What about princesses?
Well, White Mage could be a princess, I guess.
Okay.
There's only one prince, and it's Chad.
Yes.
See, if you guys would have donated more, we wouldn't have to worry about all these random encounters.
I know. Look at all this sun flare effect that we're getting. Chad is awesome for that today.
Wow.
One encounter of Marsh Cave. That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. It's not entirely uncommon that we get no encounters there, but my luck not.
When you get back on the world map, though.
Yeah, my luck not so good.
Now, I take it in the standard category for this version of the game, you're not allowed to turn off encounters?
Yeah, that is correct. You're not allowed to turn them off. It's considered a hack, so it's its own separate category. And as you may have noticed by me holding this, I'm actually running it on the console, not an emulator today. Let's quickly heal up there. Oh, I know how to map movement.
We didn't specifically say it there. We got all these items again as courtesy of the glitch,
Yep.
the equipment glitch, because it turns out Knight's Armor sells for a lot.
Yep, it usually costs 36,000 gil. And you don't find that until Melmond, which is right after this giant trading sequence. The Knight's Armor, however, is not the greatest because it has a whole bunch of defense, but it's really heavy.
So let's see what Astos gives us. Nothing. Well, actually,
nothing
all
so
four
far.
people have to go.
Yep.
On this guy, right?
Well, he could still go first.
He could still go.
Nope, that's a low roll. Oh. Oh,
All right.
okay, we're going to live.
He has the ability to cast instant kill spell. What's that called in this one?
In the NES version, it's called Rub.
I knew that.
And in this version, it's just called Death. But down he goes.
That early NES censorship where they try to be courteous of bad words and such.
There was a lot of censorship in the original NES version. It wasn't just words. There was just general images. The clinics in the NES version are actually churches. They have crosses, which were erased. As noted in the early entries of the series, all pubs were called cafes. Because, you gotta drink coffee.
Do we have time for donation?
Oh, plenty.
Fast. Hey guys, Indiana Joe here. We have a donation from Smiley who donated $2 to say, "Stop! Knight armor time."
Thank you, Smiley. Oh, also, MST, are you here yet? Are you still typing in chat? Okay. I know he left earlier, but is he still typing in chat? Okay. I told him to drive faster.
So, when we killed Astos, which allowed us to get the crystal ball. Crystal balls don't wake up princes.
Nope. We are instead going to take this to a blind witch.
Who is yet another person that you would have stumbled upon if you were playing this game casually.
Yep.
Fun fact, when I first played this game, long time ago on the NES, it probably took me literally months to find the Marsh Cave.
Yep, that's actually one thing this game is terrible at, is telling you where anything is.
It gets all right after you break out into the open sea, but this first part is just, it's pretty brutal.
It is brutal. And in the original version especially, it is just a difficult cave to deal with. Because you are underprepared, under-equipped, under-leveled, under everything. If you don't know what's coming, you are dead. And even if you do know what is coming, you're probably still dead.
Yeah. All it takes is a bad, creek fight.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to avoid the forest tiles if I can. Forest is everywhere. Forest has the highest encounter rate of any tile in the game. There are 5 separate tiers of encounter rates. Forest is on the highest tier. The grassland is neutral. It's on the middle tier. Desert and swamp are on a lower tier. And there's only a couple rooms in the game that have the lowest. Lich's Floor and the Earth Cave, for example, has the lowest encounter rate.
Alright, so we exchanged the crystal ball for the Monster Energy drink.
Yep. This product placement brought to you by Matoya.
I forget what they called them in the original NES.
It was just an herb.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a lot of the items and names in the NES version were because they ran out of a lot of space. So 4 characters for pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm. In this version in particular, actually starting with PlayStation, and I completely avoided using the tiles there, but that's on me. Character names can go up to 6 letters. They probably had room for more, but they just chose 6. I believe it was Final Fantasy VII that had 10 character names, or 10 character limit.
That sounds about correct.
I forget what 8 and 9 did. Was it 10? Okay.
Because 9 went back to the throwback, so they went back to the minimal scale.
So you guys remember how I got that Knight's armor not that long ago? Well, we're gonna be doing it again. Got a new item coming up here.
So Prince likes to party.
Yep. He partied so hard he just passed right out. So they just had to give him the shot of B12, this Monster Energy drink. And he is so grateful he's going to give you the treasury key, which will open any lock in the world.
Go steal everybody's stuff now.
Yes.
Just barge in the door. They're like, I'm taking all your items that were put in this randomly placed chest.
But that also includes his stuff.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't care, though. He's grateful.
Actually, I think the point is he gave you this key so that you could open these chests. It just so happens that there's only one key design in the entire world.
Nope. Oh. So to do this glitch, which I'm showing very poorly, I hold... oh, I actually do have to go in here.
Yeah.
I have to swap to my next character with either the L and R button and hit confirm on basically the same frame. It's either it might be the same frame or a 1 frame difference. I forget what it is. But when it does, the sound, it'll sound like you just hit the button once, and you will pull up the menu or the equipment list that you need to.
So can you normally equip the Thieves Armlet on all those slots?
No. Because of the glitch, I'm able to put it on every slot that I want to. I have intentionally avoided my shield slot because 90% of equipment that goes on this slot that is not a shield will crash the game. And we don't want to do that. However...
Three Thieves Armlets is pretty good for this
Yep.
point in the game.
Yep. The Thieves Armlets have 2 uses. One, they give better stats, but their main bonus is an agility bonus. It's 5 points of an agility for everyone you have equipped. And so every character has a 15-point agility boost right now. That is a great boost. Setting up for my next glitch. Alright, so I just used that mithril knife and turned it into a black robe. If you remember the original game, black robe was in the Flying Fortress where you fight Tiamat.
I believe it was called the Black Shirt
Yes.
in that one, or BLCK shirt.
Yep.
It's like a little shirt picture. So.
The only reason why I have that is because it casts Blizzara as an item. It's a very powerful item.
So apparently to be a good hero, we need to go blow something up.
Yes. We're just trapped inside this continental area here. And these dwarves, which are over here, which we have not met, but if you play casually, you will have met them. And Narek, who is trying to dig out this canal, is like, I need some TNT. I need something to blow this up with. So after we pick up our nitro powder, this will complete this aspect of our fetch quest. If the encounter rate will let me.
There's been a few.
Oh, this is standard for me. It's usually worse, but it's standard for me. I have terrible RNG anytime I play this game. That's why I don't really grind out attempts anymore.
It's making up for the one encounter Marsh Cave.
Yes. And we have our Scottish accent dwarves. Just text mass here.
I mean, I'm not an expert in demolitions, but I'm pretty sure this guy didn't give a whole bunch of people a heads up.
Yeah, he didn't. Not only that, it seems like he just put it in the wall there. I'm pretty sure they'd be dead if this went off.
Yes. It's a bad word.
Question not the game logic.
You'll be fine. You've got a bunch of Thieves Armlets.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yep. So this particular cutscene here, there's a few like these. These are skippable. There are several that are not, though. And don't worry about that little whirlpool standing there. That has no bearing on this run whatsoever. It will not come into play in about 2 hours, or an hour and a half. You chose poorly. Yes. Yes.
All right, so this, I guess, technically concludes the fetch quest that we were on, and we can now move on to pretty much the main bulk of the story now that we're not stuck inside this this lake.
But somehow we blew a perfectly square pixel out of the whole
Yep.
landscaping.
Yep.
Somehow. That was short of amazing.
The workers in this game are absolutely amazing. You know, those guys that built the bridge earlier, it couldn't have taken them more than 15 seconds to build that bridge.
Oh yeah, the early bridge building type.
So have you guys played any of the Final Fantasy randomizers?
I have played a couple randomizers, and I've had some really trolly seeds.
I really love this part of the fetch quest just in the beginning because it's literally any of the items in the fetch quest you can find. And turning one into a certain person is not necessarily going to get you anything. So really, you're just looking for that dynamite.
And the really funny thing about the randomizer... Oh, I did not mean to do that. We'll put that back on. So we'll swap that around. The funny thing about the randomizer, and Troper had updated it a couple times, and I didn't know that he changed the logic. And apparently, early canoe was a thing.
Early canoe's a thing. You don't have to because the ruby is no longer in the Earth Cave. You don't have to necessarily go to Vampire and then leave and come back.
Yep. However, I did not know that at the time, and apparently I just went to Earth Cave. I went everywhere, and I could not find any progression items. So I was panicking. I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, oh yeah, Earth. Did you go get the canoe? I'm like, I can't get the canoe. Lich isn't dead yet. And like, early canoe's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
You get the airship before you even go into the Earth Cave.
Yep, that would have been great to know, like an hour ago.
Speaking of the Earth Cave, so in order, as the Warriors of Light, they have to find the 4 elemental fiends, and defeat them in order to, I forget what it is, to find some sort of temple.
It's actually the first dungeon we were in. The shrine.
Spoiler!
Oh wait, I didn't say anything. Don't worry about that. Nothing happened.
It's ruined.
But there is a prophecy that Luke Khan, who resides in Crescent Lake, he foretold the arrival of our Warriors of Light. They will destroy the elemental fiends and restore order to something. I don't know. We don't really know the story to this.
So the Earth Cave is awful.
Yes.
This is the reason why we wanted to have the emergency exit if possible.
Yep.
Because it's got pretty high encounter rates in some of these floors.
Mm-hmm.
The fights are bad. We can run into some. Are there any unrunnables in here?
There is one unrunnable in the 3rd floor of the cave. It is our friend the Pisco Demons. And because things can be kind of dangerous, I am going to safety save.
So the few things that can kill you in this game that aren't just outright killing all the characters. If everybody who is alive is paralyzed and everybody who is alive is petrified, you lose. Is that correct in this one?
Petrified, yes. Paralysis might as well be yes, because you can get death by 1,000 cuts from paralysis. You can just get sunlocked and just get slowly beaten to death. So effectively, yes.
So the reason we have to go through here twice is we have to get an item from this dungeon in order to trade with someone to get another item that lets us progress further into the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complete pain.
Just another fetch quest. Oh, 9 undead.
It's a good run.
That's great. All right, everyone, meet the vampire. He's an agent of the Lich. I promise you, he is a very difficult boss. We probably have no chances defeating him.
Oh, good game.
GG. And that was the vampire. Vampire still only has about 160 hit points, so he's really not that much of a threat.
So this is another one of those times where they don't tell you a whole lot. You found a Star Ruby, but you can't actually go on. If we went through that back door, it would have led to a kind of a slab, just kind of there.
A literal plot boulder. It's not quite a boulder, but it might as well be a boulder.
So what do you think you do with the Star Ruby? I mean, it's a precious gem, so you probably sell it.
Sell it, trade it.
something?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it'd be a very expensive. Somebody really wants this.
Yeah, somebody really civilized, probably.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna go take it to this civilized person in just a moment if we can get it out of here. These cockatrices. This is another reason why you can get a game over in here. Oh, come on, you can get away from this.
This is also the reason why we stopped in Elfland to buy some of those golden needles, because petrification is one of the few status effects, that and poison, that persist between battles.
Mm-hmm. Now, normally my older routes, less effective route, by the way, I would have picked up Dragon's Armor in Elftown to give myself Fire, Ice, Lightning, Elemental protection, specifically for the Lich fight. However, since it's just overall faster not to pick that up, I can just safety save before Lich, and he's not an issue. Lich can kill me, by the way. Lich can just own me.
I I know we're working on the donation situation. I think. If you're viewing it on a computer, I think it shows different than mobile. I think the link is sometimes not visible on mobile. So.
I actually had that issue. I could not view the donation link on mobile.
I was able to get there by going to Streamlab.
Yep.
.com/speedrunningexpo.
Yep.
All right.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Joe's mom.
Finally got out of the cave. Now we gotta find the person who really wants this ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Probably make a nice ring out of it. Maybe a brooch.
It should be a beautiful item.
Yeah.
This particular person is over here. We have to cross this cave. Wait. What? 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 Wait, what's he doing with this? He's eating it! What is he doing? He ate it. So uncivilized.
I made a rock, eats a rock. I guess he's not made of ruby, so it's technically not cannibalism, but...
Little fun factoid here. If you play the PlayStation version, he just goes straight left through this wall over here. You just see him go right by. In this game, or at least in this version and in GBA, they created the illusion a little bit better, and they just kind of made him go off to the north where you can't see him walk through the wall, but he still walks through the wall.
Yeah, so this game's been released on PSP, NES, PlayStation on Final Fantasy Origins, which I think was 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then on GBA, was that also an Origins type game? 1 and 2?
That was this version was based off of GBA. They just upgraded the graphics and used the Origins version of the soundtrack.
Which shout outs to the soundtrack.
Yes. High quality soundtrack. This game has also been released on Wii U Virtual Console, Wii Virtual Console, the Microsoft system MSX2, I believe it was called. Japanese version only. Has more detailed graphics, but it's basically the NES version. And I believe it's also on iOS.
Yeah.
So this game has seen has gotten around.
It's pretty wild considering the reason it was called Final Fantasy is it was the last game to be made by that studio because they were going bankrupt.
Yep.
And then it was a huge hit.
It was a huge hit. It's okay, Sly Pork. Some people just aren't into RPGs.
I love it. I played up to the first main boss.
Garland. Who starts with a V? Let's see, we got Garland Pirates, Pisco Demons, Astos, Vampires. This guy I just killed.
Vampire, yeah.
Is he like an actual like character?
No, he's just kind of a bat hanging in a corner. Like, I'm gonna kill you.
But actually, if it was in the NES version, I think Garland and Vampire have the same. No, Garland had different. He had like the Batman sprite, I think.
Yeah. Well.
I don't remember.
No. He had this kind of look on him. Where's Hype Man?
Yeah. I'm kind of actually sad. The NES game, because of the limited characters, they had some really excellent names of some of the monsters.
They did.
Badman, which is not the same as Evil Man.
Yep, absolutely not. Garland will knock you all down. I really don't like where my Black Mage's HP is.
Let's see where it's at.
It's only at 70, 78. So I'm going to try and... oh, wow. Okay. Thanks for not letting me go, guys. Try that again.
Yeah, so we were talking about how running away was bugged in the original game, and they fixed it for this game. In the original game, the idea was that your speed stat, was it speed or was it?
It was
agility,
actually.
It was agility.
Yeah.
Was supposed to determine how it ran away, but their pointers were all off, and so each of the positions in the party was looking at a different number to determine if it ran away. And I think the third party member had like a 50% chance to run away, and pretty much everybody else had a terrible chance to run away.
And if one of those, if the third or fourth position characters were dead, it was like almost a near 0% chance that they could run away, or something like that. It was absurd. The code for the original game is just broken. The original programmer, who I will not shame, he did an excellent job because he was a solo job. He was doing it all by himself, and I am almost dead.
And we mentioned that it was kind of a rush job towards the end, so it's not like they had a lot of time.
It was a rush job. He didn't really get a great job to beta test it. It was all by himself. He couldn't really test everything adequately, but it worked. It ran, and it ran great. It just a little buggy. All right, so here's our 5th floor. This, as I mentioned earlier, has the lowest encounter rate in the game.
Do the bats troll as hard in this version as
Oh, they troll even harder.
So there's a lot of really tight corridors. In a lot of these rooms, it looks like you have one spot to the left and right, and you do not have anywhere else to move. It is a straight corridor. And if one of those bats gets stuck in there and decides to just hang out, that's a huge time loss.
Yep.
So you got really lucky in the arcade.
I did. There's one bat on the lower end where the vampire's room is. If he goes right towards the vampire, you have to wait it out. There's nothing you can do about it.
All right, so this is the first elemental fiend, Lich, the Fiend of Earth.
And we're going to make it. He has a 75% chance to cast magic any given turn. His first spell in his turn order is Blizzara, which, given my maximum hit points, is auto death. So if he had cast that, I would have died. Doesn't matter where my HP was.
The way that spell casting and attacking works in this game, I'm assuming that this works the same as in previous games.
I believe it does, yes.
Each of the monsters has a table of abilities that they can use. There's a magic ability, there's a physical ability, and then there's always attack. Which is, so what they have is they always go in the same order, and they have a % chance of choosing one of those 3 things. So Lich has a 75% chance of choosing from his magic table, and the first spell is always Blizzara, so it's a bad time. In the other versions of this, you would be grinding up some levels as you're grinding up some gold because you don't have the equipment glitch. And as a courtesy of that, you get enough hit points to survive that attack should it happen, but we don't have time for that.
No, we don't have time for that. We got to go fast. Save the frames. Lose seconds.
And you're with the exception of certain specific types of armor, it doesn't actually protect you from. You were mentioning the dragon armor, which helps.
Yep. It has more overall physical defense, which really isn't a factor. Its main bonus is the fire, ice, and lightning elemental protections that it gives.
I'm assuming that this is also going to come into account. So one of the things about the black mage is we need to make sure that their hit points are at a certain level before we fight the main boss. Just because his spell table has a lot of real high damage, and I think it's something around 300 hit points.
Yep. And you want to be 300 is the absolute minimum that you want to be at. My black mage almost never gets that high. I mean, I've had runs where black mage barely gets above 160.
Yeah, the nice thing is you can save it anywhere in this and in the GBA
Yep,
version.
this is true. That's something they added with GBA and PSP. You can save literally anywhere as long as you can access your menu. With one exception in PSP, you cannot save in the newly added Labyrinth of Time.
So now that we're moving on, once again, we're kind of lost and don't know where we're supposed to go. So we just, sail around on the sea for a while, and we come upon this this town.
This town, middle of nowhere, fighting some trolls.
Trolls who are just like
They have
they're
it.
apparently too loud.
Yep. They get a splitting headache. Everything all right over there? Oh, Mr. Chomps! Mr. Chomps makes an appearance again. So I did buy some ethers earlier. I'm going to buy a few more. I may not need them all, but given how runs can go, especially with the 2 bosses that I'm going to end up fighting, I'll probably need every ether I can get.
How's your gold needles? You have, what, 8, I think?
I think I have... Oh, yeah, I have 8 left.
That should be fine.
That should be fine. So this is going to be a special little shop here. I'm upgrading my Black Mage's equipment. So now he's wearing this Lust Dagger. Lust Dagger gives 20 agility all by itself. The Black Garbs gives 10 agility for each one. So the Black Mage right now has a 50-point agility boost. Just take a look at that agility. He's got 56. He is outspeeding everything. However, my Black Mage is going to be dead for a while. So what I'm going to do is move my fighter back up. And we're going to put Black Garbs on my White Mage, because my White Mage is the one that really needs...
Gotta go fast.
Yep. Really is the one that needs the levels. Nope. I don't need exit.
You guys made it easy, but
Mm-hmm.
as a reminder, the only two that are really key to this run are the Thief and the
White Mage. If I had not had the fighter, I could still, after class up, get the Barbarian Sword, the main damage-dealing weapon, after class up.
So those 12 wise men, I think it's 12, will tell you the story of the Warriors of Light and what happened a long time ago, and as a congratulations for sitting through their lesson, they'll give you the canoe. But if you just talk to the last one, it just gives you the canoe.
Yep.
Good time for stories, old men.
And fun fact, I'm actually technically sequence breaking this game. You are not supposed to go to the ice cave right now. You're actually supposed to go to the volcano with this canoe. However, we don't care about that.
Ice Cave is a great place for finding some gear in the normal speed run, but also is, I believe, where we're going to be doing the bulk of our...
Yep, the bulk of our grinding. Yep. And this is an absolutely safe place. Nothing bad can ever happen here. You can't get wiped out by anything in here. Not the Dark Wizards, not the Undead, not the Mind Flayers, you know, the Sorcerers, the NES version. You can't get wiped out by them.
They're all fine. It's not like most of the enemies there can either paralyze you, just outright death you, or cast Blizzard.
Yeah, nothing like that's gonna happen. This river section, anytime you're on a canoe like this, that has the lower tier encounter rate, usually. Apparently, it does not apply right now.
Fights in the river are, when you're not, equipment glitching, can be really, really brutal.
Especially at this point in the game, because you really don't have that great of gear. And those Hydras especially can usually hit very hard. So we're going to do a safety save in here, just in case. I have this really bad tendency to run it into a set of enemies we have dubbed in the community called the Double Dragons. Shoutouts to Double Dragon, by the way. Good game. Good set of games.
Much better than the Dragon Tiles in this one.
Oh, our
This
crocodile.
is one of those real nice fights. Again, the cockatrices can petrify your characters, and we don't want that.
No, we don't. We do not want that. Standard Undead, not a problem. Now that we have higher agility, since it is working correctly. Oh, Ice Gigas, I can't run from him.
Ice Gigas, I believe, is another one that exists in a trap tile somewhere.
Yep. I forget where that is exactly, but
I think it's in front of one of the chests in here.
there is a Dark Wizard ambush chest in this floor. Speaking of, normally they have a high ambush rate, and that's actually something I should talk about. The ambush rates and preemptive rates somehow ended up getting swapped. So any monster that has a high ambush rate, like the Shadows in the original NES version, you probably remember them,
Yeah.
they instead preempt you just as often. Really? Okay. And anything that would otherwise preempt you would actually get you an ambush.
Huh.
So Warmech famously has a high ambush rate, will actually give you a high preemptive rate. Just because.
Which is good, because they're going to need it.
Yeah. We also need some Warmech hype for later
Yeah.
today.
Now, with the equipment glitch, is Warmech still a threat?
Warmech is still a threat.
Will he be a threat with the level grinding that we're doing?
Probably not as much.
But he knows all the best spells.
He does. And
so now we're going to start the grind.
Yep. But first... Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. My Black Mage might still die, but that's okay. That's the one I want you to use. Yep. This will actually work out for me.
Alright, so we found the Levistone, which allows us to get an airship, which is going to be great. So we're going to leave the dungeon here.
No, we're not.
Come on. Oh, you walked back into the trap tile.
Yep. This is where the bulk of our grinding will take place. I need to get my White Mage to level 33, my Thief to level 27, and my Black Mage to level 18. My Fighter I can revive at any point.
The Evil Eye is a very high experience level.
Yep.
It's a guaranteed fight. We don't have to go looking for fights. So it's the best way to grind, at least in this version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one, if it's the NES or the GBA, but there is one other trap tile in the Fire Cave.
Yep. I'm pretty sure both of them do that, where they do a gamma farming. And it is not quite as effective, but I think because you can get 2 of them, it ends up evening itself out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our random encounter off the tile. Okay, that's actually not a problem. But I'm not going to take chances. You were supposed to outspeed them. Oh, come on, White Mage. These set tiles, which I'm usually not worried about, generally, at least with these monsters like that where you cannot run, with monsters you can't run, you can't get a preemptive strike, and you can't get ambushed. It'll always be a neutral fight.
Which means as long as you're fast, it's no problem.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons why Evil Eye is all right to grind on, because he does have the ability to cast like some kill spells, but he's pretty slow.
He is pretty slow. Which is probably the reason why we choose to use him as our farming target. And speedrunners sometimes measure their levels in gammas. Okay, Chris, if you want to go there. Also, hi. 300 hit points. I have not seen where my White Mage is. Oh, 24. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to revive our Thief. Thief can stand by. He does not really need to do anything unless we get into a battle outside.
So does the menu in this game have like memory?
There is a memory option. If you go into your configuration, you can do cursor, which is either on default, which always resets back, or you can set it to memory, which is what I use here. It's very effective. There are also shortcuts to open up your menu. However, I don't use those because I'm bad. That's something that Origins you can actually access heavily. There's a memo save you can do with R2. I believe Square opened up your magic menu, and I want to say like L1 to open up your item menu or your equipment menu or something like that. You had a lot of options. I could be getting all of that wrong, by the way. Joe, if there's any donations, we have plenty of time to read them. Okay. Okay. By the way, since this is an effective coffee break, if you have any donations you want to get in, please do so now. You can benefit the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. You can help me suffer even more throughout this run if you want to. And do we have any donation incentives left for the runs coming up today or tomorrow? Oh, actually, yes, there is one. There is a third and final Sentinels of the Multiverse run going on today. That is the Unlock a Variant live edition of the Sentinels. You can choose which variant you want to see unlocked between any of Bunker's 4 available. Legacy's 3, and there's like 30 others I could list. You can choose which environment you want to see Techno fight on, and I want to say the other support that you could use. I could be wrong on that.
I think you might only be able to choose the variant, 'cause sometimes the variant defines what.
Oh yeah,
places you have to
because that's right, because that might lock you into a team, like Dark Watch Setback, for example. So it's probably just the variants, maybe the villain. Villain might be available on that one. Actually, no, because that could be locked in too by the variant requirement.
And also, depending on when you guys get those in, we could turn off random encounters midway through this, right? Or is that a hack that?
That is a hack that I have to hook up a USB cable.
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
So
that ship has sailed.
yeah, that ship has sailed. No encounters is done. Yeah, and if we were able to raise another 1,500 before the end of tomorrow night, Hubert, are you back there, Hubert? We'll play Christener Homenag Super Metroid hack, the most beautiful hack you will ever see in your life. Do you question your life decisions, Hubert? 28. Okay. No, there are no Sonic 06 runs coming up in this marathon. I don't think there was. I don't think that was even submitted. Was it? Are there any donation incentives for that? Bummer. Isn't that the one that has a Hero Story, Dark Story? Or am I thinking of a different one? Okay. I think Dark Story is faster in that one.
So what are the levels we're looking for again?
My Thief needs to get to level 27. When I get my final piece of agility boosting equipment, that'll put him into 8-hit territory, which is the maximum under unbuffed conditions. My White Mage needs to get to level 33, which gives her level 6 magic. And there's one spell I'm looking for out of there. That's Hilaga. That is essential for the 2 bosses that I'm now being forced to fight.
Sorry, Silver.
Sorry, Silver.
There's always next time.
There's always the fall event. SRX Fall 2018. Are we hyped for that? I have to go back to work on Tuesday. 10% of one, maybe. When I was doing a couple test runs for this, I ended up reviving my Black Mage a little too early. So where are you at? Okay. We'll fight one more.
And of course, we didn't mention it, but the reason why we killed them off is because
These two,
XP.
Yep. And these two, which you can't see me do it on here, but they will get the experience faster, basically level up faster.
So we're starting the Black Mage on experience now because he's gonna need hit points.
Yep. He needs hit points and he also needs levels. He needs to get to level 18. So by the time I get back to Melmond, I will have the ability to learn my teleport spell. Teleport only has a couple uses, but it does save some time. I would like my Black Mage to get hit points though. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have donated to have Black Mage be named Bonsai. There was a race against Cabetha that I ended up doing during the Total Chaos tournaments. Cabetha named her Black Mage Bonsai. Black Mage had 370 hit points by the time she got to Chaos. I call hacks.
That's RNG manipulation right there.
Yeah. Now, my Thief doesn't necessarily have to get to level 27 here. It would just be helpful if I did. My white mage has really low hit points for this level. This is not a good sign. I'm not really paying attention to what level my white mage is at, by the way. Like 10%.
Listen, man, if there's one point in time in this run to turn off, it's right now.
Yeah. It's easy to lose your grip when you're grinding. So my black mage is now level 16.
On the, you know, knowing that there's a chance that I'm going to jinx it by saying it, we've only had one off encounter so far. Which is
Yep.
pretty good.
It is pretty good. I will, of course, be safety saving, though, when I get done with this grind. Just because you never know what can happen,
Yeah.
especially with this game. Those double dragons, they can still appear.
In the randomizer, this is a popular spot for leveling up.
Yep.
Also because there's a whole bunch of chests in here, because all the chests are randomized. I think the common optimal strategy there is to have a monk or a black belt and just solo level him into the atmosphere.
Glad that was a preemptive.
Yeah.
That could have been a wipe. Dark Wizard's first spell is Firaga. My white mage would have survived. Very doubtful the other two would have. Unless both of them cast it, then that would have been a wipe. So thanks for that jinx.
Did you save it?
Nope. Alright. We're done. Run resumes.
Alright, so what were we doing? Okay, we got the floater.
Yep, we have the
So
floater.
We can now get the airship.
Yep, we can get the heck up out of here.
And then the next place of interest, I believe, is the volcano? Or did you
Uh,
guys go with a different order?
Volcano is next, however, I will be doing some shopping beforehand. But the volcano is... Actually, no, the volcano is not next. The Citadel of Trials, which was renamed from the Castle of Ordeals in the NES version. Oh, that could be the double dragon of... Okay. No double dragons today. Okay. We're fine. We're okay. The white dragons, which we will see in the final dungeon, are a 1 in 64, a really rare encounter, and a 3 in 64 on one floor and a 1 in 64. So basically, the second rarest and the rarest appearances in the ice cave. They are also on a spike tile that guards some really nice armor.
We don't need that armor.
Nope. It is really good armor, though. How's chat doing? Level 42 black
Yeah.
belt, I believe.
Yep. That's what I remember. You
Is
can
that?
keep
Oh, is
going at
that?
point. For
Is
the
that?
randomizer?
Oh yeah, randomizer strats. Okay, yep, that number sounds right.
And one of the nice things about the randomizer is you can set it so that you level up faster or you get more gold.
Yep,
Which really takes a lot of the grinding out of the game.
it does. It really turns like a 7-hour game, and someone's text messaging me while I'm doing the run. Shout outs to whoever is doing the text message.
Yeah, if you have played Final Fantasy before, even if you're not a speedrunner, I would definitely give the randomizer a shot.
It's a lot of fun. Oh, I'm getting another text message. Okay, so shout outs to whoever is double text messaging me. It's probably someone from work. Oh, is it? Oh, it's Joe. It's actually Joe. Joe, you're fired. Get out.
Because it's really obvious in the game, we're going to go to a desert and put the floater in the ground and airship.
The game gives you 0 hints about this airship's location in the NES game. It still doesn't really give you a location in this version, or a hint. So you just kind of have to find it. This game is really good about telling you anything. So now that we can go really fast. Oh, went too low. It does take a while. I mean, if you saw the Link to the Past race yesterday, it took us like an hour and a half to go fast. Alright, so we need 30 of these, and 30 of these. Shoutouts to Pegasus being in Ganon's Tower.
So we went there to pick up some drinks, and we also just figured we'd buy a fairy in a bottle.
Yep.
No big deal.
It's a good luck charm.
I mean, you don't just walk away from something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's gotta be a rare item.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
man. You paid a lot of money for that, and now it's just flying away?
I know. What's going? I gotta chase after that thing. Get back here. Where'd that fairy go? Oh, just walking into a fence at random. NPC troll? Nope, got lucky. Oh, there's that fairy. Hey, get back in that bottle, you. Hey, the fairy's retreating to the lake. What do you think I should do?
Hang out.
Wait. Oh, this fairy was nice to us. Sweet. Free presents. We like free presents.
So she went underwater to give you the ability to
Breathe underwater.
breathe underwater.
Alright, I just safety saved, so I should not be in danger. However, there is a small chance of death right around with this landing spot. I am now past it.
Is that the earthquake?
Yes. I'm not past it, apparently.
What? I didn't think this guy showed up in forests. Alright. We mentioned special attacks. Earthquake is one of the special attacks. Is it magic or is it special?
It is special.
That is just a load of damage.
And I do not have the elemental protection for it, so there is a good chance I would have died if it had used it there.
So this is a nice long walk, no matter how you slice it. You have two options for getting to this castle.
Mm-hmm.
One is that you take a ship, and then you use the canoe to get closer, but the problem is the ship is really slow, and we really want to use the airship for the rest of this.
Yep.
Or you
And
walk a little bit further with the airship.
the funny thing is, the ship is still technically faster travel-wise. It's about 4 or 6 tiles faster compared to the airship, which is crazy. And Citadel of Trials is actually, it looks complicated, but it's actually very easy. Anytime you're in a spot with 2 of these teleporters, take the lower teleporter. In this case, there are going to be 3 teleporters in one spot. Take the lower teleporter. These guys have been severely nerfed from the NES version. NES version, they cast Fire 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This place is brutal, and you kind of want to get here as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because it unlocks some really awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm. These nightmares have an insanely high agility rate, so I'm just going to tough it out and fight them. It's very difficult to run from these guys. Healing Staff, extremely important item in the original NES game. Kind of important still in this game.
You'll notice we have the same 2 nightmare fight. That's because this is a trap tile.
Yep.
Also, there's a trap tile in front of that healing staff chest, but that's why we don't approach it from the front. I think that's true.
I believe so. It's been a long time.
Just don't do it.
Yep. Gauntlets, just because, they actually serve 2 purposes. Gauntlets, if you use it as an item, casts Thundara, a lightning elemental spell. Tier 2, really good spell. I'll be using it in some situations if the situation calls for it. It also turns into another really good item. Oh, hey, this rat's tail in their treasure chest? I mean, who is sticking that in a treasure chest?
That definitely seems like the kind of thing that you'd go through a trial of ordeals to find.
A rat's tail. Why don't we just take off a tail from one of these dragon zombies? Come on, Mega Elixir drop. No Mega Elixir drop. Mega Elixirs are like a 3% drop from those guys. It's pretty rare.
So now we have this rat's tail. Like, what are we gonna do with that? Maybe we'll take it to the stone golem. Maybe he'll eat that too.
Well, he did run off into the sunset, so to speak, so maybe we should find somewhere else to take it. Sandworm again? Oh, okay. That's cool. Allosaurus, he is Steak. Say hello to Steak. Shoutouts to Hubert.
So, I mean, here's an island with a couple of holes in the ground. Why not go there?
Yep. This seems like a safe spot. We are now going to meet Bahamut, King of the Dragons, who wants this rat's tail, I guess? We like to say in the Discord that the rat's tail is a delicacy for the dragon. Because it serves no other purpose. Om nom nom.
I mean, you certainly didn't have to, like, go through an extensive search for that. You probably gone at one of the pubs.
Yep.
Found something there.
Mm-hmm. We have been class changed. Class up!
Just proving that in the world of Final Fantasy, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
Mm-hmm.
As long as that person's Bahamut.
So now that we have classed up, we have access to more spells, more equipment. Even though most of the equipment was already available to us, some of it was still locked off. Hmm? Yep. So here is our second obligatory trip to Melmond. We're still going to pick up Hilara.
So we hadn't actually gone through it, but in this game, you actually have to purchase your spells
Yep.
from shops. And availability of the spell is dependent upon whether or not you've been class changed and what class you are.
Yep. And what level you are in this game. In the original game, all you had to do was have the spell. In this game, you have to be a specific level because of the changing of the charge system to the MP pool system. It's still 3 spells per level. My ninja has enough, a high enough level. We'll see if he gets some MP.
So we just picked up the haste spell, which makes you cause more hits in combat, makes you do more damage, and that's going to be the bulk of the damage done
Yep.
in fights pretty much from now on.
Pretty much for the rest of the game, yep. I will only be using it for about 6 fights. I'm trying to avoid the random encounters here, however, still difficult.
Yeah, it's nice that you can dash in this version of the game. Ideally, going through this cave, you want to stay on as many of the lava tiles as possible, because you can't get a random encounter on the lava tiles.
Yep. You'll take 1 damage from stepping on it, but we aren't really concerned about that. And I've had terrible RNG in this.
Yeah, that's wild that you've had so many encounters already.
Probably low on hit points.
Shout out to the Agama. I think we just passed the room that had him in it.
There's another one coming up.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Or is it that one? I think.
I want to say it's that one.
I just know he's here. He's on this floor.
Lava worm, not nearly as deadly as sandworm.
You'll notice that Hype had 1 hit point. That's because you can't die to lava.
We're gonna heal up.
All right. So the volcano is, in fact, the second temple of a fiend. So we're going to be fighting against the fire fiend Carrie.
Yep. I'll still call her Carrie. I don't care which translation we're using. Yeah, very. Burn in the hellfire. I'm sorry, we're not going to do that today.
All right. Good fight.
That was
I love it. You're the best. It's amazing.
That's what a pile of hits will do.
My apologies that Hype could not be the one to finish him off.
Yeah. Whoops.
Do you want victory gummy bear?
Please. Oh, thank you. Oh, these are nice.
Nice and gummy. And berry.
Where'd you get those?
On the other side of the building. Not good.
Why was I not made aware of this?
Because you were playing.
That's fair.
Keep your full focus.
Hmm. Thank you.
So this is a cutscene that is unique to the PSP version. That is,
GBA actually.
or GBA is.
Yep, because they unlocks the solo chaos dungeons.
Yeah, there are 4 dungeons in the PSP and GBA version that don't exist in the main game, and the rules are a little bit different in those dungeons. Like you mentioned, you can't teleport out of them, and they're intense. They're post game dungeons effectively.
Yep. Then I will be visiting one of those a little bit later. I'm going to be getting just going to complete the other 2 main dungeons to get my fighter a little bit more HP, and he's already surpassed my Black Mage. That's good job, Black Mage. Good job, Lin B, and I almost went on autopilot. And I should have picked up my Mage's Staff. I did not do that.
This the fights with Gigas and Winter Wolves are
This one's unrunnable.
unrunnable. If it's just Winter Wolves, you're good.
Yep. Hello.
And you're just getting crushed.
This is typically what happens to me when I run this game, which is why I don't really run this game anymore. Alright, now that we're in OnRack, I'm going to deviate slightly, go really old route, and pick up my Hilaga spell. This is the final spell that I need.
So the current route doesn't get Hilaga?
Nope.
That's ballsy.
It is. There's actually enough equipment, intelligence boosting equipment in the route that you can pick up to offset the need for Hilaga.
There you go. That's right, because I'm so used to the NES version where intelligence doesn't mean anything.
Yep. However, even with the intelligence boosting equipment, I still need Hilaga. The reasons for that will become obvious later. Oh.
So, because this game is very good at telling you where you need to go,
Yep.
since we freed the fairy from the bottle and it gave us the oxtail, that means that we can now breathe underwater, so we took this sub down to the sunken temple.
Now, if Techno were in here, Techno's not in here. Where is Techno? Techno's outside playing Sentinels. He would say that that mermaid that disappeared is a Portal reference, which I still do not understand, even though I've played Portal. I don't get it. Techno, get in here and explain your reference.
Ultima says that this isn't a top 3 mainstream Final Fantasy games of all time. Changed his mind. Are you specifically referring to the PSP version or Final Fantasy 1 kind of across the board?
Shout out to Ultima Mantoid, who's actually wanting to learn PSP any percent.
I'm not gonna change your mind because I agree with you. I guess we could go with the classic question. What's your favorite Final Fantasy?
Oh, favorite Final Fantasy. That's a tough one. I have a couple favorites. This was the first game I played, NES version. Hello, Unrunnable Encounter. Where's my black robe? This game is very nostalgic to me, very near and dear to my heart. Final Fantasy VI, which was named initially as 3 in the United States, I have a deep, deep feel for right here. And then, even though it has not aged well at all, Final Fantasy VII is up there for me. That game is... I mean, there's a lot of backlash to that game, because if you love it, people will accuse you of just being...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page for that.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
10-7-1.
I know a lot of people give 10 a lot of hate, but I thought it was all right.
There is a lot of hate for 10 because the voice acting is regarded as subpar, even though the and that was, I mean, you could not hear it when Radman was doing that, but
You're welcome.
The funny thing is, if I remember the outtakes correctly, that's actually how it sounded, relatively speaking, to the Japanese version of the dub. So even though it's still terrible, that
It was true to form.
it was true to form.
There we go.
But also the thing with 10, and this might not be as well known, the voice actors who worked on that game could not look at the game, had no idea of the context of any of the scenes that was going on. It's just, here are the scenes, here's your script, do it. That's a terrible way to give direction, but, you know, it is what it is.
By the way, we should probably talk a little bit about the Sunken Shrine. This is the third temple to a fiend. We had to go all the way to the bottom level to get the Rosetta Stone.
Other way around, top floor.
Level,
Yep.
To get the Rosetta Stone so that we could give that to somebody. Well, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do with it.
we're
Probably
ju-
give it to somebody.
Probably.
And then we have to go the opposite direction to actually find the fiend. And we're going to stop and we're going to pick up a couple of items.
Yep, this light axe is generally not important. Oh wait, it's actually important. If I can glitch. If I know how to do what I'm supposed to do. Oh wait, I actually screwed up my equipment glitching. Huh, I did not do him correctly, but you know what, that's okay. We're fine. So this survival vest, if I can pull it up, gives a 15-point boost to agility and stamina. The survival vest is exclusive to the PSP version.
We just lost sound.
Yep, now that is actually a byproduct of the equipment glitch.
Oh, because you put a ribbon on your shield.
The game, this actually does corrupt the game in some way, so the music will occasionally go out when we do the equipment glitch. This did not happen during my run last year, but it's pretty common for it to happen to me.
The other item that we stopped to pick up is the ribbon,
Yep.
which protects you from instant death.
Yep, it actually has all 8 elemental protection attributes. So earthquake, if that should come up again, won't kill me. Poison elemental attacks won't hurt as much.
That is one of the items that you're looking for. I believe there's 3 or 4 in the game.
There's 3 in the vanilla game.
So when you're playing the randomizer, those are like key items towards moving towards the end of the game.
And I actually spoke to Entroper, the developer of the randomizer, to see if he would just put in a 4th ribbon. And he said he considered it, but probably wouldn't do it. It'd be nice to have because you have more options that way then, especially for casual players. I mean, if you're going speedrunning, then I can understand why you don't want a 4th ribbon because you probably only need 1 or 2 anyway.
Yeah, you're just gonna black belt it.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
You know, but for casual people, that'd be a great thing to add. So here we are. We're on the bottom floor of the shrine now. I'm just swinging my sword randomly to dodge. Just normal. There's nothing wrong with
Don't worry
that.
about it.
Everything's fine. If only Zero was still here to tell us everything's fine. Shoutouts to Zero Blade Edge, who had to go home and go to work tonight. Yep, we just lost music again. It's okay. We're fine.
Water elementals, I believe, are unrunnable,
They are unrunnable, yep.
as are air elementals, which we'll see in the next one.
Hopefully we don't. However, since they are weak to ice, that black robe that I glitched a long time ago has now come back into play.
Yeah, it's really nice to get that item early because it plays a pretty big role casually when you're playing the game, and also
Yep.
they use it.
And now, release the Kraken! Shout out to Liam Neeson. Hype!
The wonderful
Hype!
things you can do.
So 3 of the 4 have now killed a fiend. There is a
Ultima was confirming.
there is a third unrunnable encounter in this dungeon, which I've seen twice. The Sahagan Prince, Sahagan Chief combo. You can't run from them either. Kraken just got cracked.
So what about everybody else on the couch? You got a favorite Final Fantasy?
6?
6, 7, 1.
6, 7, 1?
Which three?
So it's the wrong.
I was gonna say Chrono Trigger, but I think that's played out.
Who said that? Chrono Cross is a good
Actually,
game.
My favorite Final Fantasy game is Tactics.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
I bought a PlayStation to play Final Fantasy Tactics.
I also brought Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions to play co-op potentially for the event. Just on the side, of course, but
I didn't know that there was a co-op Final Fantasy Tactics.
yep, you can do versus mode and you can do co-op missions together to get new and brand new and shiny equipment.
That's wild. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is the, you know, that was a happy benefit of buying that PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I had a big problem growing up because when I played RPGs, I was a completionist,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh, that
as I got older, I got to the point where I just could not play. Like I'd spend, you know, 12 hours fishing in a game and then get bored.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Oh, there's those nightmares again. However, I feel more comfortable running from them. As I said, I'm going to run from them. I'm not going to run from them, am I? Nope. Okay, let's just fight them.
Yeah, if you never played Final Fantasy VII, don't play it now.
I would say if you want to play it, wait for the remake. Hopefully they don't butcher it too badly. It is also available on Steam with some benefits. I don't know how much better it is.
It's
Hmm?
it's weird. On the PC version has some things going for it. You can hack it and speedrun it in like 3 hours instead of 8. The downside, of course, is that I believe the menuing is weird. Like if you hit like down and a button like 1 frame apart, it'll actually move down twice.
Oh,
So it makes menuing really tough.
that's totally fine, right?
Oh, so you can run from the air elemental. I did not know that.
Specifically changed the PSP version? Huh.
I doubt that they did. I'm not real familiar with the PSP version. My bad, I was wrong.
They didn't really change too much in the mechanics. I mean, aside from, you know, stat things and stuff like that, running is easier or harder, depending. Intelligence works. Those things were changed. I don't know if the... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were changed because preemptives and ambushes were swapped and are technically broken.
While we were talking about our favorite Final Fantasies, we did bypass the fact that we went into a waterfall, talked to a robot, and he gave us a cube.
Yep.
Didn't tell us what to do with it. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yep. And this is Dr. Un. He's back here in the corner. We're just going to say hi to him. Oh, it's the Rosetta Stone. And shout-outs to Shinbreaker7, who likes to point out that all you have to do is wave your arms, and boom, you know Lufinian.
It's very kind in the remake that they call it a Rosetta Stone, because I think in the original game it was just called Slab.
Yep, it was the slab, yep.
So, not knowing what it's used for and having it just called Slab does not help you at all.
Yeah. It's nice that you get the key item jingle, so you know it's important in some way. You just don't know what to do with it.
I mean, it's true. I mean, it is
Well,
absolute spaghetti code. I
yeah,
love that.
that's... Yeah, we already covered that.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of problems with it. And the problem is, I always really, really wanted to make Thief work, and it is just bad.
Yeah, you can't make Thief work on NES version. You just can't. The Thief is just bad in every aspect, and there's nothing you can do about
No.
it. I'm distracted.
Oh, I can make you distracted.
Please don't. Return the slab. I can't. The slab is gone.
We don't have a slab. We never got a slab.
Yeah.
We got a Rosetta Stone.
Yeah,
We
that's
turned it
right.
in, waved our hands, learned a language.
And now suddenly we're just gonna get this magical item that gives us grants us passage to the Mirage Tower. It's just a bell.
At least this one, you get kind of an idea of what it does if you talk to everybody in the town. After you learn the language.
Yep.
Before you learn the language, of course, they all just, I think it's all question marks.
Yep. Lupa? 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 What?
Which is proof that before you got the slab or the Rosetta Stone, that you were kind of a savage. You're like, they all sound the same. The things that they're saying are exactly the same.
All right. Shoutouts to Tyrannosaur encounter. Oh. I'm looking for a 1 in 64 encounter. Oh, steak and wings.
The NES version was basically a pile of glitches that somehow became a franchise.
Which the series is actually known for, especially the early entries of the series. A lot of things are just broken, going all the way up to 7. 8 didn't really... I don't think 8 had too many game-breaking or known glitches. It probably had a couple, though.
It was weird, though, because 8 was the first time that they had the monsters level up with you.
Yep. Which was a nice idea in theory, and they had a lot of nice ideas for 8, but terribly implemented.
I got all my characters level 99 and then got killed by level 3 death every time. So now we're in the Wind Tower. Or Mirage Tower, I'm sorry.
That's accurate. Yeah, that's accurate.
I didn't like the mechanics in 8. It just wasn't my style.
Yeah, I mean, the game...
Legend of Dragoon came out around the same time, and I just played that game instead.
Oh, it had such terrible voice acting, but it's such an epic game.
It's Evil Eye, so again, since this is a trap battle, can't run, but no problem. He's easy.
He's just as easy as he was before. I'm hoping. Hey, can we get some Warmech hype in the chat, please?
Yeah.
Warmech. We need some Warmech.
Yeah, Warmech.
All right. If I don't see Warmech on my way to Tiamat, how long do I give it to try and get him to appear? How long? How much time?
I say you walk up, you walk down, you walk back up.
Walk down, walk up. Walk up, one down.
One extra trip back.
One
and
extra
forth.
trip? Okay. Oh, like I'm getting confused with myself. He only appears on the last one, yep. He does appear in the Labyrinth of Time, but that does not count.
Ultima's saying 2 extra trips. Chris wants 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
13 minutes.
Warmech is a 3 in 64 in the NES version. On this version, he is 1 in 64. He's even worse to find.
The Flying Fortress, while it's cool in the PSP game and the NES game, it's like you're in outer space. It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
And we did need the cube to get up here. We had the only clue to that is there was also a robot there, and he might tell you that you need it, but. So this is the obligatory. Everything looks the same. Know which direction you're going. So we have to go 2 right, 2 up.
Yep. It's actually 2 by 2 in any direction. I just go 2 up, 2 right.
All right, we are on the Warmech. Let's get some silence for Warmech. Let's get some hype for Warmech.
Warmech.
Are we supposed to be silent or are we supposed to be hype?
Hype. Be hype.
Hype
All
or
the
something.
hype. Hype. Oh.
I am hyped.
Are you kidding me? No, we're doing that again. It doesn't help that this floor has a relatively low encounter rate.
Yeah. I think we should definitely listen to chat and give it at least 2 trips.
Just go to
All right.
sneak past you.
No, we got the nacho instead.
We got the nacho. Our favorite nacho. All right, game. You do not listen to me whenever I want you to. However, just this once, please, do the right thing. What, after Tiamat? Okay.
All right, so this is our 4th fiend. Fiend of Wind, Tiamat.
The
Unlike
instant.
the other fiends, well, he got a spell off. Unlike the other fiends.
He's gonna do something.
So again, we have elemental resistance, I believe, from the ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good.
We're good.
Otherwise, that would have killed.
Definitely the black
2,
mage. Yep.
Maybe the fighter.
Maybe. Yeah. That is true, Ultima. In the NES version, Tiamat is weak to the Bane Sword, which was translated as the Razor in the Origins version, and I forget what it's called in this version. It's on the first floor of this dungeon. So now that we have completed all 4 dungeons, the final dungeon is open to us. However, because we have met the $1,500 donation incentive, we're going to make a little side trip. Just a little one.
Hey, Ultima, if you were here, you could do it.
Oh, side trip. It is.
Not a war mech.
No, that's not a war mech.
Come on, war mech. I'd say 3 more encounters after this one.
3? Okay.
3 more
We'll
encounters.
give it 3 more.
We're gonna spend some time in on other bosses, anyways.
That's 1. This is 2. That's the right spot.
Come on, war mech.
War mech. Come on, you can do it. Oh. Yeah, he apparently doesn't want to listen to us right now. I don't like what these mind flayers are doing. And oh, by the way, since
We might get another chance at war mech. On our way to Tiamat, second time. Did we save after him?
I did not save after him.
That's fine. Tiamat's easier than this fight we're in right now.
Fun fact about these mind flayers, their death touch is not elemental. There's no elements attached to it.
Is this an unrunnable?
No, it's not unrunnable. I just have really bad RNG.
Alright.
This is fine. We're fine. Alright, let's get out of here.
Sorry, war mech. Maybe next time.
Maybe next marathon. Alright. Normally I go down and go left to go to the final dungeon, but as I mentioned, we have a side trip. I'm just going to get back on my ship here.
But where could we go, you know, on a ship that we couldn't get at our airship?
Yeah, that's a good question. There aren't many places.
Just make sure you stay away from any hazards.
Yes, especially dangerous whirlpools, because you know that can ruin your ship. You don't want to be without a ship.
That can be dangerous.
I know. And Cecil just ends up being stranded in Barren again for some reason.
You're gonna want to go, I think, to the. No, that's the town you wanted to go to. Where are you going?
Go back to Melmond.
Yeah, when we're gonna go talk to that guy who taught us that language, tell him it works. Wait. Oh.
Alright, we will do a safety save, because now we are about to enter the Life Spring Grotto. Fun fact, I hate this place. Absolutely hate this place. That is a fun fact. Looks like we're going to start with the library. This is one of the easy floors that I remember. Hey, thanks NPC for... okay.
Tell me a little bit about this dungeon. Is it random?
Yeah, all the floors are randomly selected. Where you can be placed in these floors is randomly selected. Some places have like 3 or 4 spots. There are 28 total floors to this dungeon. You will always see the same 20, except on floors 5, 10, and 20. Those will always be static. And there are 4 bosses total in this dungeon. Oh, by the way, who in here has played Final Fantasy V? Who likes Final Fantasy V? Hype man back there. All right, who was your favorite character in Final Fantasy V, Hype man? Galuf. He was a baller. Anybody else like Final Fantasy V? Any likers in here for Final Fantasy V? All right, Dopey says I can't run from you. Butts. All right. Who remembers their adventures of those particular warriors, the Dawn Warriors? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Do you have any notable encounters from that game? Ghost ship? Okay. Okay. Dopey? The obvious answer is the correct answer. That is Gilgamesh. He is one of the bosses that we will see in this dungeon. And, huh? We do not fight him on a bridge. However, the appropriate song will accompany him. I should just have my fighter attack.
Chris is dropping spoilers, man.
Chris, what are you doing, man? Chris, I mean, come on. Come on. What are you doing to me here? Oh, by the way, spoilers, haven't played 5. Oh, okay. No, yeah, it's this one. Yes, shout out to the 4-Job Fiesta, which will be starting in just a couple of months. And, oh, by the way, any 4-Job Fiesta players in here?
I started it. I didn't finish it.
Did you guys know about the Chrono Trigger Holiday Challenge that he hosted earlier this winter?
No.
It was actually pretty fun. Revenant Koiku, who does the 4-Job Fiesta, as a fun little project, did the Chrono Trigger Holiday Challenge. You were assigned 3 characters, and you can only use those 3 characters throughout the run, except when you're not able to have those 3 characters.
That's cool.
It was cool. Oh, okay, gotta go down around. It's up and around, I think. And the Holiday Challenge actually just ended a couple weeks ago on March 22nd. All right, we are on floor 5. Nope. Okay, it's not you. Let's find the person who's got this door locked. She gives us a hint. All right. So he's in here. All right.
All right.
Gilgamesh hype!
Hype? Woo! I don't know if I could do it justice.
And I just realized I forgot to pick up the white robe. Bye, Gilgamesh. He is dead. He dead.
Oh, I don't actually care, Chris. It's fine. You're good. I'm just trying to advance for 20 floors.
All right, this one is down. Our encounters in here will get more dangerous as we go forward. Oh, it's over. I believe it's down here. Yes. Please forgive me. I don't quite know the layouts to all of these floors.
No, that's fine. We'll
They're
do
not
it live.
They're not completely memorized. They're partially memorized. They're not completely memorized.
As Hype Man would say, raw ham.
Raw ham. Raw ham. Now, getting a game over in here is not entirely a game over. It just spits you out of the dungeon. However, to prevent that, I will be safety saving for the next two fights. The next two main fights. I got the worst starting spot, didn't I? It's down here.
Ultima says he can't guide us through this one.
It's okay. It's okay, Ultima. We got this. I think we're okay. We're not okay. I don't know what these death elementals are weak to. I know they're unrunnable. There's a dark elemental and a death elemental. It's one of the two you can't run from. I'm pretty sure it's a death elemental.
Yeah, you ran into a few death elementals earlier, and we're not having any luck. So even if it's possible to run from them, they might have high agility, and it's not worth trying.
Yep. And I went the wrong way. I was supposed to go down. You're totally blind, Mantoid? Okay. We'll prepare for some knowledge.
What'd you get there? You got
That was a Zephyr's cape. Has mages can wear it. It's got decent agility. Let's actually check that real quick. It's actually better defensively. Not much better defensively, but it's got more evasion.
Man, these death elementals.
I know, they're actually pretty common.
So when using an item, does it use the character's intelligence?
Yes, it does. Whoever would end up casting it, it is based on the character who casts it, their intelligence. I can word. I know how to English. I don't know how to English. Help me. All right, Dopey. With Final Fantasy V, were there any fights in particular that you did not care for? It's probably been a while, so there's probably not too many. Yes, 5.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Which one? Galuda. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Anyone sticking out to you that you didn't really care for? Okay. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one to not like. The 4 seals in the Moor Forest where you fight just before Xdeath kills Galuf. Oh wait, spoilers.
that's already been spoiled. We're good.
Yeah, that is an annoying fight. Hype's busy. All right, we won't bug him. We won't bug the hype man. It is a boss fight, though. I was supposed to go up initially the first time. I don't know how to route this. I swear I know what I'm doing. I'm totally not sure I know what I'm doing. I think I'm supposed to go in that door.
highlighting the fact that you guys should have donated more towards eliminating random encounters.
Yeah. Like, I know there was a large donation drop for it. I don't remember who it was, though. Was that you?
It was me.
That was you. Okay. Well, thank you for that, by the way.
It was for selfish reasons. I'm running Cat Quest next, so get that run sooner.
All right. I know where I'm going.
Really just kind of want to put my legs. No, okay.
Are we on 10 now? We are on 10. Okay.
I say I've heard that.
All right. We're just going to safety save before this guy. I'm pretty sure we're not going to die. This guy is not dangerous whatsoever.
He's not because we saved.
Yep. However, just be safe. Let me see here. We're actually gonna do. Where's my lordly robes? Atomos hype. I did not mean to defend there. Pretty much is, yeah. He sucks you into the void.
What?
He sucks you into the void.
It shoots meteors.
Yes. Yep.
So despite us grinding levels and equipping all the best gear, you can see that the Black Mage survived by 10 hit, or 11 hit points.
By the literal skin of his teeth.
So again, as a reminder, our strategy here is to cast haste on the fighter and thief, which will double the amount of hits that they deal. I think double.
Yep, it does double. So ninja's up to 16 and fighter's up to like 10, I think.
So piles and piles of damage.
Piles and piles of damage.
There we go.
Now he's dead. All right, we're not even at the hard part yet. It gets better.
The halfway point of this dungeon, right?
Yep, we are halfway through. Oh, you see that judgment staff drop? Remember that item I picked up way like 3 minutes into the game? That's where you're supposed to get this from. Right here.
We got that flare staff. Let's turn it into a cap, right?
Yes, I can turn it into a cap if I want to. Oh, this floor. I hate this floor. There are no encounters on this floor. That's a good thing. However, it is a light maze. I want to make sure I know where I'm going.
Can you
though.
step off?
If I step off, I get reset back to the beginning of this floor. Like that. They only light up briefly. I don't quite know the movement for this. Okay. Oh, I had to go over one more.
It's so frustrating.
It is.
Especially for a speed run.
Yes.
Like, gotta go fast.
I mean, if you have the layout memorized, you can just, you can probably do it blindfolded.
If you have the entire game memorized, button by button.
I only have so much of the game
I
memorized.
think Ultima's asking the reason that the ninja's above the knight. It's because I think the ninja's a higher level. and more able
Ninja's
to
a higher level, but I'm also banking on an original game mechanic where I think the ninja in the first position actually helps influence
preempts.
preemptives. I was actually supposed to go up. Preemptives and ambushes. I don't know if that is 100% the case anymore in this version. Okay. Oh,
No
Dark
more.
Bahamut. I did not catch that. 1 red, 3 white, 1 holy. So now I have to dragon grind. I have to kill those dragons. I'll just let my fighter take care of it. Unless I run into a holy. So we have to kill 1 red, 3 white, 1 holy. Once we kill those dragons, that number of dragons, we can proceed.
Not helpful.
No. These dragons are everywhere. You don't know which one you're going to fight until you fight it. So it's pretty much just a crapshoot. Just talk to them until you find the ones you want.
So I believe it was 1 red, 3 white, 1 holy.
3 red, 1 white, 1 holy.
3 red. Okay.
We will run into every other dragon that we have seen in this game, except for the green dragon, which is in the final dungeon. But we'll also see... Oh, there's a holy dragon. And there's holy.
Man, that is an animation.
Yep, that is an animation.
See, look at that.
So there's our holy. We just need our 3 reds now. Well, let's double check our count, make sure. Oh, 1 red,
So
2
it was
white.
3
Okay,
white,
it was
yeah.
3 white. My mistake.
That would have sucked if we killed 3 reds.
Yeah. Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah, perfect time.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, the Indiana Joe here. I've got another donation. My parents, after an hour, have finally gotten their donation in. They have given us $100
Woo!
in... They say, in memory of Tyler P. Fick, congratulations, Jordan, on organizing a great event. Poopsie and the great Jumbolini.
All right, there's another white dragon.
Is that 2 or 3?
2.
Okay.
We need 1 white, 1 red.
1 white, 1 red. It's okay, Joe. We got your back here.
Man, all these holy dragons.
That's our 3rd holy dragon now.
So I'm assuming the reason that you, by default, have the fighter attacking is because he swings less?
Yes. Less animation time. He will kill just about everything in here in one hit. Oh, yellow dragon.
I didn't
Okay.
know there was a yellow dragon.
We haven't even seen a red dragon yet.
No, no red dragon. We still need 1 white, 1 red.
Oh, our knight is up to 6th territory now. Okay, this is good. Where's all our dragons?
Bahamut, you're the worst.
That's actually his cousin, Dark Bahamut.
Oh, that's why he's the worst.
D
Go
Bahamut.
kill 3 white dragons. I don't even have 3 white dragons.
Well, apparently, we don't have a red dragon either. Oh.
Except blue eyes. We're gonna find blue eyes, white dragon.
Blue Eyes White Dragon! Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Bahamut.
So in terms of HP for the final boss, my Black Mage is almost completely safe. He needs about 30 more to be completely safe.
He's gonna get it from grinding dragons.
Maybe.
Yeah, we didn't really super talk about it, but that is one of the RNG elements of the game.
Hey!
We got a red dragon. All right. Is the on level up how many hit points you get?
Yes, it is how many hit points you get, but your strong levels are still randomized.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
There we go.
Okay, we're done here.
Yeah, so there will be a level where you will get a high amount of hit points, but the amount that you get is random.
So what was this, 12?
I think that's right.
13.
11 was the terrible light bridge.
Okay, it's not up, it's down. These water floors confuse the living you-know-what out of me.
Well, they put that little, like, blur on the corners. just
Yeah,
to
that,
mess
that
with
does
you.
not help matters. And now the encounter rate wants to be a thing again.
What's worse than a high encounter rate? Some ambushes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even ask about this too. Or do.
Okay, this one I remember where it is. This floor we're on right now is actually a slight mirror version of the Mermaid's floor.
Multiple reasons.
So we didn't really talk about all the magic that you get it on the class up.
Mm.
So just to kind of like fill the time. Once you class up, the thief becomes a ninja and can use black magic.
Up to level 4.
Level four.
Yep, up to level 4.
The fighter becomes a
Yep, a knight.
And then same thing, but for white magic.
And he can do level 3, up to level 3. And his options are limited at level 3 even.
The red mage, which can already use magic from both schools, kind of expands the levels that he can use, and some of the spells that he can use.
Yep. He finally gets access to the life spell. He gets pretty sure he gets access to exit and teleport.
And I'm pretty sure some of 6, 7, and 8, black and white mages can't pick up
Yes.
until they become wizards. And the one that we didn't talk about, the monk, just doesn't get magic.
Nope. He's just kind
He
of
just punches a lot.
he does punch. Yep. Yeah, I mean, he can be. He really can be.
And what's particularly interesting about the randomizer is there are certain spells that you can and can't pick up as a red mage or as other classes, and it randomizes what level and what magics are available, and what determines whether or not you can use magic doesn't have to do with the actual spell itself. It has to do with the slot in the store. So
Which is kind of silly, but it kind of makes sense too at the same time.
so it really tests your game knowledge of what was there to know what
Yeah.
you can buy. Or you can just try and buy it and it'll say, no, you can't buy it.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really test your game knowledge that much. But it's really great when you get a level 1 like
Level 1 nuke.
XXXX.
Yep. Level 1 life 2, for
Yeah.
example.
Heal 3.
Yeah. I probably can't run from you. Okay. We'll just do that.
Where did the dark eye be from?
I don't know. Nope. Yeah.
Even the daggers they slash with.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. I mean, tell that to the Lust Dagger, man. It was doing work. Yeah, it's true. I don't think there's any in this game.
There's my staircase.
Of course, it was hard to identify what was what in this game because I only had so many pictures for sword or dagger looking thing. And it's not like in Final Fantasy 2 where the type of weapon actually made an impact.
My head got just a
Alright.
little warm there.
16. As a reminder, we're going to level 20.
We are going to level 20.
Bosses on 5, 10, and 20.
I just took my hat off.
I can leave.
Hey, an elixir. The treasures that you do pick up in this place are randomized. And what determines their contents is based on the number of chests in their floor and how many of them may appear. Which is based on which floor of the dungeon it appears on, it's an insane system.
This is the Marsh Cave.
Yeah. And because of that, there's actually an item that is supposed to appear in the Whisperwind Cove, or whatever it's called, the Wind Shrine one. The Angel Ring actually never appears. It can never appear.
Because there's never enough chests.
Because the floor that it's supposed to appear on can't generate. I think. I could be wrong on that.
So the way that treasures are generated in the dungeon, the random dungeon, one of the items can't ever appear because.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So this floor is a little bit slow, and I went the wrong way. Every door that is above water is an available exit. However, it may not actually be an exit. It might just be there. Might just be an air tile.
Is there a way to tell the difference other than just checking it?
You just have to check it. That's all you can do. Well, by default, it must be this one.
All right, level 19.
Oh,
we're getting
right there. Okay.
Nice. Got some luck for once.
Oh, went left too soon. All right. Absolutely nothing could ever go wrong with this fight. I am not sure about that at all. Ooh, actually, we're going to switch you over to survival vests. Where are they? Okay, they're down here.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is the incentive that you guys paid for.
We're just going to soft reset now. That one did not start well.
So what was that? Was that a physical attack?
That was
auto
a
kill?
physical attack auto kill. Well, physical attack just might as well kill him.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the second unintentional dead body.
Okay, earthquake. This is good.
So speed drinks and giant drinks, which we bought earlier.
They are now going to come into play. Speed drinks will actually raise your actual hit count by 1, but because we're hasted, it'll be 2. And you can raise it by 16 more, which will bring my maximum hits up to 16, doubled to 32.
I'm just gonna stack. But in order for that to be really useful, the thief needs to stay alive. So come on, devil.
Oh, wave cannon. That's the painful one.
Ooh.
It's okay.
Made it.
We're fine. We're absolutely fine.
Yeah, we didn't mention it, but you'll notice that everybody's max hit points are higher now. That's what the giant strength does.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, it worked, because otherwise Hype was dead. The last thing we need to do in this run is kill Hype.
No, we don't want to kill Hype.
Oh, man, another one. I don't know where we are on those rolls on that wave cannon, but...
Hype is barely surviving. We should probably use a Giant's Tonic
Yeah.
on him.
Good.
Earthquake, good. Anytime he does Earthquake, it's a free round.
He's under the buoys.
All right, this will max out Thief's hits. He'll be at 32.
Okay, we're good.
We're just going to ether up our white mage now.
So this is, I guess, a similar strategy, albeit more intense than what we're going to be using on the final boss.
Final boss will actually be easier now.
Yeah. But you're basically casting Healaga every turn. Because anytime it does damage, you want to make sure you heal it up right afterwards.
Mm-hmm. 418. Hype would have died. Hype would have had a death.
Good call on the
Yeah.
Giant's Elixir. Giant's Tonic. I don't remember the name.
Ow! Don't hit the white mage. White mage squishy.
It's real bad. Yeah. At this point in time, if the black mage dies, it's kind of whatever. You can bring him back up,
Yeah.
but maybe not.
Not worried about black mage at this point.
If the white mage goes down, bringing the white mage back up means you're on a turn without Healaga, and that's bad news.
That is really bad news. Where am I at with Giant Sonics? 20? Okay, 21. Omega's being really nice.
Yeah.
All right, we'll haste you.
Nice.
Free
You know how
round.
many points this guy has?
Omega has 20,000-ish hit points, maybe more.
He's doing a lot. You've been hitting him with 2000s.
Might be closer to 30,000. I'm not 100% sure. His defense is so high, though.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if he did.
He's on ether duty.
Now, you guys might remember Omega as the supremely difficult fight.
Yeah.
Omega is actually the harder of the two in Final Fantasy V. Although you can cheese him with some really, really evil strats. Either Chemist with mixing or Spellblade.
I mean, the truth that can be said about literally everything in Final Fantasy V.
That's
Chemist
true.
with mixing. Forget about it.
Yeah, just skip the final fight entirely. Who cares? All right, he's got to be close.
Oh man, slide. All right. Omega down.
One down.
Don't worry, I'm already taken.
Wait, what? Oh, Mr. Chops. We're gonna conserve
Let's
on
never go in
ethers.
that whirlpool again.
Oh, but wait, there's more! Rest in peace, Billy Mays. I'm actually going to be a weakling.
This is the first time in the entire run that
I'm using an in.
you've stated an in.
I am a weakling. You can call me out on it all you want. Joe just said she's done. She can't meme anymore.
That's not what those 2 Jolt tonics on the table say.
Okay, I know where I'm at.
So both of these dungeons are from the same entry point?
Yes.
Of these bosses?
Yep. When I get back to the 20th floor, I'll turn right instead of left.
Ah.
I know where I'm at. I actually got a good position. This is not the one where I thought it was.
I didn't want to talk a whole lot during that level.
Got good position both times on that floor.
Get some good doors. Good door height.
Any of these submerged doors won't count. Alright, let's see where our hint is this time. Oh. He's in here again. Okay, that makes it easy. Gilgamesh hype!
It's our boy Gilgamesh is back.
He's back for more!
I appreciate the music too.
One of the best songs, hands down.
And you think you know how to run away by now. I mean, he's got to go do something else.
Yeah.
Run away.
He's gonna go find another sword.
All right.
Oh, this is 4. Okay. I know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. On the plus side, my black mage is almost in safe territory for hit points. Almost.
If he wasn't in safe territory, you'd have to use giant tonics on him in the fight to...
Well, for Shinryu, nobody's in safe territory.
Oh,
for,
yeah. No,
for,
I meant
on Chaos. Yep. It's Shinryu. It is Shinryu, it's by and large. And you can't run from them.
Just want to thank everybody again for donating to get this, and in particular, I'm sure MST Metroid's going to be happy about that because he wanted to be back in time for Cat Quest.
Is he still not back yet?
I don't think he's back
No, MST's not back yet. You know, if he wanted us
But
to
I do
delay,
like Shy Guy. He's totally different than the MST guy.
yeah, he's a totally different guy. And to think, he wanted us to delay this run so he can get back.
At least you don't have to find the door in these ones.
Yep,
I don't
this
think
one's
there's-
easy.
There's no random encounters either, right?
No random encounters.
It's just a puzzle. A really annoying dancing puzzle.
Oh, I got sent to the other location here. Get out of my way. Oh, they're worse than the bats.
Oh my gosh.
They are so bad. Oh.
Did they say it'd be good if you talk to them?
No.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Alright. Enough.
That was brutal. Don't remember where I am in this floor.
These sunken levels, man.
It's this. I do not remember where I am in this on this floor. Cruel, if you're watching, I apologize. Shoutouts to all bosses category.
How long is the all bosses category?
About 4 hours.
Might as well play the NES version.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the games actually, they play pretty different. So I think the optimal run in the NES version is actually an RNG manipulation.
Mm-hmm. Step count manipulation, and yeah, encounter itself manipulation. Wow, where am I?
This one's got the equipment glitch, and GBA has a lot of YOLO strats because you can save everywhere.
I think I know where I am now.
You're at Death Elementals, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's beautiful. Somebody banned the spam. Right.
Isn't spamming chat illegal in
So
most
chat,
streams?
what have we learned?
I have no idea where I am on this floor. I'm too distracted by the colorful
I know, I just
Yoshis.
can't,
I
can't focus.
I can't help but look at it, even though I want to turn away. Joe, do we have to do 6-3 again?
I don't want to do another 6-3. I can't. I can't at all.
Wow. I am legit lost. I got spawned in a location I am not used to. I'm going back to where I started. It's got to be up here. At least someone does. I took off all of my intelligence and equipment boosts, so my black mage is pretty nerfed right now. I love one-step encounters. It's great. No, there's nothing up here. It's just a treasure chest.
Hey, as long as none of these levels are the lower left-hand part of the first level of the Earth Cave, then we're good. Did they bring that through to the PSP version? At least I know in the NES version, if you go down the left or southern hallway, it loops around, and it is basically an encounter every step.
Oh, yes, they did bring that back. I had to think about what you were talking about for a second. It makes a good grinding spot if you can survive it.
Yeah, a lot of earth, a lot of giants, trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tells me that we might have a possible donation coming up that is somehow Yoshi related. That's where my money is.
Oh, she screwed up her own wall of text. The furious typing.
Yeah, we're
Go,
good for a
go for it.
donation right
Yeah,
now.
go for it.
Donation was just to get you away from the computer, really.
Yep.
Hey guys, the Indiana Joe here. We have another donation. Ultima Mantoid donated $5. I'm gonna have to share my phone because I can't see it because it's cracked. I don't know what incentive I want to put this toward, but if this will make the Indiana Joe stop showing the chat her Yoshi, and quite proudly, then here, take my money. Remember, keep your Yoshi out of public view. No one wants to see that. It's gross. Little heart.
Thanks, Mantoid.
Thanks for the donation.
That's almost hype. Wait, my ninja has haste. What am I doing?
Alright, we're good. That's right. Everything's got release.
Yep, we're fine. Probably should use Hulaga, but we should be okay.
Just YOLO it.
Yellow strats, only appropriate. Oh, he actually got his instant death move off.
Alright.
Nice job there, Atomos.
And of course he went for the thief.
Yep.
No
Hey,
problem.
Black Mage got a kill.
Alright. Did he get any of the fiends?
No, he did
Alright.
not.
So everybody's killed the boss. Alright. You know what that means? All we got is 10 levels. Standing between us and,
Us and the ultimate achievement.
yeah. I was gonna say, Ultima, I think the majority of the incentives have been met. The one that I do know that's still standing is for Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Yep.
He's gonna unlock a variant, and you get to pick which. You get to donate towards which variant you want him to unlock.
Mm-hmm. Right now, the variant I want to say is Raw Setting Sun. There is some money put towards Dark Watch Setback, which yes, that is correct. Don't pick that one. That is just a that is a slugfest, and that's just a little aggravating. Raw setting. What is Raw Setting Sun at? 250. You missed it? Oh, I gotta say all that again then? All right, so the real big donation incentive left is Sentinels of the Multiverse. It is to unlock a variant, which Technomegas will be doing following the conclusion of this run. Right now, the variants in... Huh?
Cat Quest is after this.
Oh, Cat
and then
Quest
it's gonna be
is
after
next.
that.
I'm sorry. And right now, the variant in the lead is Raw Setting Sun at $2.50. There are a bunch of variants to unlock. However, do not pick Dark Watch Setback, please. For the sake of everyone involved. Wait, Hubert, you were the one that picked that?
My couch for Cat Quest just got a whole lot prettier.
It's like, no, it's not up here. It's not up here. I don't think it's up here. I'm pretty sure it's not up here.
God, these levels are just terrible.
I know. This is Retro Encounter Raid for you. I know it's not up there. That's the treasure chest up there. It's down, up, and around. Okay. I know where I'm at.
So you're back on path?
Back on path.
Oh man. I thought that was a big old pile of water bottles there. I was like, wow, you guys have been doing some work.
We're working on it.
Oh, hey, Bahamut. 1 dragon, 1 yellow, 2 silver.
One zombie.
There's dragon.
Was it 1 yellow, 1 silver, or 2 yellow, 2 silver?
1 yellow, 2 silver? 1 yellow, 2 silver. Whoa, okay.
Wow. Let's make it up for last time. So now we need 1 yellow, 1 silver.
1 yellow, 1 silver.
There's that white that we were looking for last time.
Mm-hmm. Our black mage has finally increased to 320 hit points, so he is finally out of the danger zone.
There's the other
There's-
silver, man. Now
so-
all we need is a yellow.
Yep. Get over here. How about that?
Wow. Yeah, 4 for 5. That's pretty wild.
That is insane.
That definitely made up for the 30 or so that we had to kill last time.
Every other time I've ever done this floor, that has never happened.
See? That is,
I mean,
that is proof that Leno has just been stalling for MST to show back up. Now he's on path. He's on point. Yeah, see, now he's just flying through these sunken levels. He's been sandbagging us.
Down this way. Oh. Man. Oh, library, free floor. As long as the NPCs don't get in the way. Like I said, as long as the NPCs don't get in the way. Get out of the way.
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Where am I?
Dark Eye Shark, I think you're okay to run.
I think so. Let's try it. Maybe? Come on? Maybe? Yeah. I'm not where I thought I was.
So Leno, do you have a preference for the? Do you have a preference for which variant to unlock? or-
Oh, up to me, huh? Where's Techno? Is he in here? It looks like it's gonna be up to me who the $5 goes towards Sentinels. That's not an evil laugh whatsoever.
Bad laugh. It ain't good.
Nope. Let's see here. What evil schemes could the Leno come up with for Techno? I will think about it, and I will let Joe know shortly. Since we will have setup time, because Cat Quest is coming up next, as was relayed to me. There we go. Okay.
All right, guys. All right, this is what your donations went towards.
This is it. This is the culmination right here. Let's make sure we're all equipped. All right, it is time for Shinryu.
Let's get some hype. Hype for Shinryu.
All right, in order to make this guy not suck, he can, or not kill me, he cannot cast Flare first 2 turns.
All right, so first turn, just an attack. That's good.
Actually, no, you're going to haste. You will do Giant Sonics. You will haste. Oh, this is bad. Let's see if White Mage survives.
Brace for impact.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's a reset.
Remember that spell? That's the spell that we used on the first boss.
He just wiped the floor with me.
Only you didn't do that much damage with it.
No, I didn't.
Actually, you didn't use it on the first boss. You used it on pirates, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm guessing that you probably couldn't even grind to safety on this without the tonics.
I could, but it would take forever. It's not speedrun safe.
Yeah. Is the max level on this still 50?
Maximum level is 99. Alright, you need one. You know what? We're just going to feed everyone another Giant Sonic. Okay.
Good.
This is
Two
good.
turns.
This is good.
All right. Now it's time to start the buff train.
Oh.
So just to remind everybody what the strategy is, we're going to haste, which is going to double the amount of hits that we land, and then we're also going to use speed tonics, which increase the number of hits by 2 when hasted, up to the point where the ninja will be doing 32 hits.
He is about to cut through Shinryu, because Shinryu has almost no defense. Just watch this damage. keep in mind, Shinryu has about 35,000 hit points. So even though I'm doing 4,200
Yeah,
per hit,
Still a few turns.
yeah, it's still going to take a bit. He's got about 35,000.
It's even on stream.me.
Okay. Ouch. Doesn't hurt as much, but still ouch.
Yeah, so I think you see the point between these two fights. This is definitely more of a, you know, high damage glass cannon type fight, whereas Omega was
More of a slugfest, kind of
Yeah.
grinded out one.
thankfully Giant's tonics make it pretty easy. And Kielaga every turn.
He's only choosing skills now. This is good. This is really good. Yeah!
Hammer you down. Thank you
And
everybody for donating.
Oh.
$1,500. It's done. Now all we have to do is
Finish this game.
go
Get
to
it over
Temple of
with.
Fiends and crush through all the refights.
Which actually could still pose a problem. Two of my characters are still in death territory for Lich refight. And just because I'm as close as I am, I'm just going to park the ship here and walk up.
Might as well.
If I wanted to, I could enter this cave right here and do Earthgift Shrine and fight the Dark Crystal bosses from Final Fantasy III. Ahriman, Two-Headed Dragon, Cerberus, and the Echidna.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Those take about 15 minutes apiece. I don't know how we're doing on time, so we're not going to do that. How are we doing on time? Ooh. So we're barely going to meet estimate here. No,
Well-
it's plus 1 hour because of the donation incentive.
Yeah. I mean, there's
It's
not
fine.
a whole lot left to it. So.
Yep, it's fine. It's just one dungeon. It takes 10 minutes. We're fine.
Yeah, after the pain that you've been through, this is nothing.
Just take one step forward to go back in time. 2,000 years. Alright, time for a really awesome song in the soundtrack. This is bar none my favorite song in this game. Chimeras, we can run from them, not a problem. Like I said, we can run from them. Can't run from you. We should have enough intelligence with gauntlets. Maybe not. I knew I should have gotten that mage staff. Mage's staff is an item that you can find in the Sunken Shrine. You can also glitch it in Provoca from the leather shield. It does fire elemental damage. These guys are weak to fire.
Yeah, Fun fact: all the undead in the game take extra damage from fire.
Mhm.
Also, you can use the harm spell, which I think I don't know what they call it.
It's called
that thing.
Dia, D-I-A. Poison gas, no longer an issue. We have elemental protection.
That's terrible. Save your punts for the next run. Leno asked, is the world record in this category your Final Fantasy?
I do not have the world record in this category. The current world record for any percent is 122 by Seiya. 122 and change. The current console record, I believe, is a 125 by Porsyth. So Seiya's done that run on emulator, Porsyth on console. My personal best is a 130.07.
Very respectable. And this is, I mean, given the marathon setting and fighting the super bosses, this is a very respectable time.
Yeah, this is a... where's that light axe? This should kill him. Still no Mega Elixir drop. That's okay. There are all kinds of unrunnable encounters in this dungeon.
Yeah, a lot of dragons.
A lot of dragons, a lot of purple worms, a lot of earth elementals, water elementals, fire elementals. Oh, hey, it's our white dragon friends. Yay!
Basically all the greatest hits from
Yep.
the shrines.
That's true, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Like, these guys are weak to fire. I do not have fire. I cannot burn it with fire. I did not bring raw.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat real quick. The chat's over there in the corner.
Ultima is trying to lure us to death. Deep lore.
Deep lore.
We've got some deep lore.
That
hype,
deep
man.
lore.
We've got deep lore. Not as deep as Shadow of the Colossus, but pretty deep.
Oh yeah, that's way too deep. I'm a shallow person, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Dude, he knows what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
All right. Refight of Lich. He can, as I recall, open up with a nuke.
He can.
Let's hope he doesn't. I hope the mic caught that one. I really hope the mic caught
I did not heal before this, so I'm gonna reset. That was a dum-dum by me.
that. You were distracted.
I was distracted
by
by
the
the
couch.
flirting, I guess. Shout out to my couch crew, by the way. Really, Lich?
It's okay. With healing, we can make it through this one.
Yep, we're fine. Lich is dead.
Yeah, that's the big thing on these refights is they still don't have nearly as many hit points as some of the other bosses that we're going to be running into.
And Lich is by far the deadliest of the bunch.
They just hit really hard, and Kraken has a boatload of hit points.
Normally, Kraken would be the heaviest physical damage dealer in the game, but because our defense is so high,
Yeah.
he is a complete non-factor.
It's just a wall of meat.
Yep.
Unlike the ice guy, the fire Gygus is runnable.
Why are we talking about pants on stream?
I'm tempted. Don't even. Please. I'm not gonna do it on camera.
All right, so here is the refight of Marilith, also known as Carrie. Carrie, also known as Marilith. Let's do it the right way.
Yep. Or if you're playing Final Fantasy IX, Mal, or they actually swap the R and the L here.
Malarith.
Yeah.
So the big thing about Carrie in the actual fights is obviously she's got a lot of arms, she does a lot of hits, she does a lot of physical damage, but again,
She can burn it with fire.
yeah. But not as bad as Lich. Lich is just spell.
Which is painful. Oh good, no water elemental encounter. Oh, this one we can run from. Yep.
Oh, here it is.
Uh-oh.
Indiana Joe here. I've got a donation from Von Mai, who donated $25. He says, Cat Quest hype. I am very amused by this game. Let's get this run going right now.
Oh.
Hopefully, it won't be a catastrophe.
Oh my.
Please leave.
Oh. Thanks, Mama. Oh, you need to be prepared for that for Cat Quest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ultima's got the fun facts.
All right. By the way, that was the refight of Kraken. Whatever.
If you blinked,
No
you
big
missed
deal.
it. If this was the vanilla game, the most powerful weapon in the game is on this floor.
Now, I'm assuming when they were working out the route, they probably were like, how can we get a
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the Masamune swaps with an item so late in the game that it's generally not worth picking up. Oh, there's my emergency exit.
Use it right now.
Thanks.
Couple of beans over. All right, so fourth and final refight. Tiamat. Again, you know, it's pretty much downhill from Lich. Lich being the hardest.
Mm-hmm. Tiamat has the most hit points, though. He's got 5,500. Very powerful, well, very tanky boss. Ultima dropping
we got
the
that
knowledge.
Forgot the smiley face of
So
I'm not gonna read
apparently that's another one of those D&D translations, and so they instead made it a an Indian, I guess, Hindu goddess. So of course that's okay. No crosses. Let's take the crosses out.
Nope.
But
All right, we're gonna have time coming up in a couple minutes here.
all right. So I know in the other run, one of the things about getting trolled by chaos is in his spell list. I believe his 6th spell.
8th. Oh, 4th. Sorry, 4th.
Fourth spell?
If it's one if it's one you're thinking of, it's 4th.
is he's just gonna take cure 4, heal 4, whatever.
Yep.
So he's gonna get full hit points back if he gets to the 4th spell in his spell list. And he's got what, a 50% chance of casting a spell?
50% chance of skill, 50% chance of spell, and then the rest is based on physical. So getting a physical is extremely rare. So 50 of 50.
Yeah.
And then whatever's left is your.
And if he gets the 8th spell,
I don't remember what that one is. It's been a long time.
I thought it was like real bad, but I don't know if the equipment makes
Oh,
it
there's the
real
first one. So we got Mac to start.
We're going to use a similar strategy that we have been using. The difference is that we don't actually have to use Giant's Tonics because the Black Mage has enough hit points to survive pretty much anything.
Alright, we are now in hold A to win mode. That's just what we call it when we're just ready to win. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's also the second spell. That's bad.
Yep.
Chaos says 20,000 hit points, up from 2,000 in the original NES version. I have not
That's
been
a skill.
Yep, that's a skill. I'll take it, but it's slow. I have not been keeping track of his damage.
So we got 2 spells, 1 skill. Again, the 4th spell is what we're trying to avoid.
Yep.
I want to kill him before he gets there.
Physical attack, that's okay.
Yeah, I think
Time!
Time!
2:49:20. I am 40 seconds under estimate.
Yeah!
I'm sorry, I broke the schedule. Go home.
It's okay, you broke it in the opposite direction of Techno, so.
Actually leave. So you know.
Only to get water. And then find out I need the card, and then I just come back.
When there's water right behind you.
Or in my hand.
All right. Do we want credits rolling?